all. So today we are moving on to discuss our next family, that is Convolvulaceae. So by looking into the picture, you can say some of the plants that will be familiar with you. I hope you may be usually familiarized to this type of plants that are growing on roadsides, and also this plant that is very familiar to you. This is I think an edible, very important edible item, and we usually growing in our field, sweet potato. Okay, so this is the sweet potatoes family. Okay, and its systematic position according to Bentham and Hooker, this family included in the Dicotyledonnae, then subclass Gamopetalae, order Bicarpellatae, series Bicarpellatae, and order Polymoniales. Okay, Dicotyledonnae, Gamopetalae, Bicarpellatae, and Polymoniales. Okay, now we can discuss the habit of this plant. Usually you can observe these plants as climbers. Climbers are the very common one, but there are herbs and shrubs also. So one common example of a herb is Evolvulus, that we can observe this Evolvulus in our campus also. And Ipomea is a very common plant, that is a common climber, and some of the plants are xerophytic and some are hydrophytic also present. Ipomea is a common plant of this group. Okay, then one very important plant, that is the Cuscuta, that is I think that you know that Malayalam name Padathali. This Cuscuta is very common in our area also, and that is a parasitic plant. Clear? Okay. Now about the stem. Stem is erect, prostrate, or creeping. You can call it sometimes as creeping, or prostrate, or sometimes as erect. In the case of Ipomea, you know the plant is a creeping type, prostrate plant. Okay. Then some of them are erect one, usually herbaceous. Okay. Then twine around a stem, that is Ipomea and Cuscuta. Then its stem is usually cylindrical and branched stem, and also rhizomatous conditions are present. Tuberous rhizomatous condition also present in this group. Okay. Now, inflorescence. Usually the inflorescence is solitary, that occur on the axial portions of the plant. Okay, or maybe cymose. So both type you can observe, maybe in inflorescence or occur maybe in singly in a solitary. Okay. Then while discussing about the flower, the flowers are bracteate, bracteolate, bracteoles present, and pedicellate, complete, bisexual or hermaphrodite, and actinomorphic. This is an example of a plant, in our common Malayalam name you can call it as Narayani, likewise a climber one, pinnately compound leaf. And while cutting this plant you will get an equal half. Okay, the equal halves you will get it. Okay. So, and it is usually pentamerous, 5 and its multiples. Then one case, that is Hildebrandita, that is a tetramerous, not available in our area. Then that is unisexual also. Okay, that's only an exceptional case. Otherwise, that is hypogynous, pentamerous, bracteate, bracteolate, and pedicellate. Clear? Okay. Now going on to the calyx, you can see that's very important feature. 5 sepals, polysepalous, and very rarely gamosepalous. Means sepals are usually free and they are persistent. What do you mean by persistent? You studied in some of the cases, the special character of the calyx in studied in our family known as Myrtaceae. Calyx is important. So here also calyx is persistent, will be there after flower droops. Okay. And usually lower portion. Then corolla is 5 petals. See, 5 petals, gamopetalous. And very important point, this point you should remember always. This point that you have to remember. What is that point? See, petals 5 and that campanulate or infundibuliform. This is a typical shape of the corolla. Okay. Campanulate. Campanulate is the shape like this, typical, or infundibuliform means its shape outline is like this. Okay, and there is a marking like this. This is the common feature that is known as infundibuliformis. You can see like this. Okay, joints. So this is very important point. You have to look upon this feature while while getting a plant, then you can easily identify the family of the plant Convolvulaceae. Clear? Now, androecium. This is the androecium or stamens. Polyandrous, usually 5 epipetalous attached on the petals. And very peculiar feature is this: length of the filaments are variable. What do you mean by that? Filaments occur in various length. Okay. Then dorsifixed or basifixed condition and inserted deep into the corolla tube. So, this point is also typical to this group. The length of the filaments are variable. Okay. Now, looking into the gynoecium, it is bicarpellary. So, you know that Bicarpellatae is a series. Syncarpus superior, situated on a disc. Okay. Sometimes tetralocular, means bicarpellary, bilocular, but it may fall septum, it becomes tetralocular. Okay. And axial placentaceous is a very common condition. Then one ovule, but rarely you can observe two ovules, two or rarely one ovule you can observe. Okay. Then very simple style here. You can see this style also here in this picture. And two styles in Cuscuta. It is filiform, small, fine, thread-like structure. Usually bifid, apex divided into two. Okay. Now, fruit. This is a, see, I already told you that calyx, sepals is persistent. This is a sepals that is persistent even after the flower droops down. Okay. Petals fall away. This calyx will persist. That is a typical feature of the family Convolvulaceae. And fruit is a capsule. See, this is the fruit capsule. In Cuscuta, evolvulus, convolvulus capsule, but berry also observed. Then endospermic seeds and pollination is entomophilous. So, while looking into the features, you can clearly explain the nature of corolla. Infundibuliformis corolla. Clear? And persistent sepals. Clear? Then bicarpellary condition and with tetralocular in some cases. Okay. So, these are the then climbers. That is another point. Then stamens in different size, different length. Filaments having different length. Okay. Now, economic importance. Family having not that much economic importance, but some are used as food. For example, Ipomea batatus. What is Ipomea batatus? Ipomea batatus is our sweet potato. Chakkarakkilangu, madhurakkilangu, likewise we are calling. Okay. That is rich in starch and edible. Clear? Okay. Then what about medicinal use? Some plants are medicinally used. For example, is Exogynum purga, then Ipomea species, etc. Okay. Then leaves of Ipomea pescaprae. This plant is Kudirakulambu. The plant is known as Kudirakulambu because its leaf is like the foot of horse. Okay. Ipomea pescaprae. Then its leaves are boiled and used for colic diseases and also as a blood purifier. Then Ipomea paniculata is also used for rejuvenation. Meremia tridentata, very common plant in our area, is used for rheumatism, piles and urinary disorders. So, some economic importance. Then most of them are weeds, growing as weeds, common weeds. So, while discussing economic importance, you have to discuss the positive as well as negative side. That is very, very important. Clear? So, some of the plants of this group are weed. Example is Convolvulus arvensis, Evolvulus alsinoides. They are weeds. Okay. Then Cuscuta, you know, is a parasite. They grow, twine around some of the economically important plants and they destroy the plants. Cuscuta. Okay. Then ornamental plants are there, garden plants are there, Ipomea biloba, Convolvulus and Comoclete. Comoclete are a very common garden plant. I will show you the photographs. So, this is the illustration of this plant, Ipomea caerica. Ipomea caerica is a very common in our roadsides and all. While walking, you can observe this climber, Ipomea caerica. See how this corolla is arranged, very important. This marks on the corolla, then a tube-like structure. This is Infundibuliformis corolla. That's very, very important. Okay. Now, this is Meremia vitifolia. This is also a very common plant. This plant stem having hairs. That's also very, very important. Meremia, look at calyx also having the hairs. Look at the markings, shape of the corolla. This is very important identifying feature. Understood? Okay. Now, so we can familiarize some of the very common plants of this Convolvulaceae. Look at This is the Jackmansia pendanta, Jackmansia. This is a very common garden plant. Usually in most of the nurseries this is available. Jackmansia pendanta. Okay. And this is Evolvulus nummularius. This is present in our campus. While you are walking, you have to look down in the ground. So in the ground it is creeping. This is a prostrate plant. Look in deep, you will get these white flowers, that is Evolvulus nummularius. This is very, very important. You can prepare herbarium. Another somewhat same, but color of the flower you look at, shape of the leaf you look at. This is Evolvulus alsinoides. This is an important plant in our Dashapushpa. Okay, Evolvulus alsinoides. Okay. Now, these are some other common plants. You see, this is also a huge number in our campus near the front gate. This is Ipomea hederifolia. This is Ipomea comoclite. Look at flowers, you may be having some resemblances, but look at the nature of leaf. This is some pinnate leaves. You can see fine thread-like leaves. Here, this is some heart-shaped, cordate-shaped leaf. Okay, both are climbers. Both are used as ornamentals. This is Ipomea hederifolia, usually occur as a weed. This is a common garden plant. This is Ipomea comoclite. This is I told as Narayani chedi. Okay. And this is Ipomea pescaprae. This is very important. Horseshoe shaped leaves are very common here. Ipomea, that is leaves are usually like this. Horseshoe shaped leaves. That is pescaprae, usually occur as a weed in the seashore areas and in the river banks, etc. This is Ipomea batatas. What is this? Our sweet potato. Ipomea batatas. So, Ipomea is a very common species. Ipomea hederifolia, Ipomea comoclite, Ipomea pescaprae, Ipomea batatas. You can prepare any plant for preparing herbarium. Okay. Now, look at this is a Cuscuta reflexa. This very important point is leafless, rootless parasite. Only you can see some stem-like nature and flowers only. Okay, it's twine around some other plants. Okay, and this is also very common occurring in our campus also. It's available. Once you look just in your first observation, you may be confused that this is a Sida plant. See, Sida, belongs to Malvaceae. But look into the corolla, Gamopetalus, fused corolla, infundiboliformis nature. What is this? Typical feature of Convolvulaceae. So, this is also usually occur as creeping prostrate in the ground. That is Meremia tridentata. Clear? Meremia tridentata. And this is another Ipomea carica, also very common in our area. This is Meremia whitifolia. You can see this also very common in our area. Understood? These are occurring as wild. So, Meremia tridentata, Cuscuta reflexa, Ipomea carica. Now, so, these are some of the plants that we can include in the Convolvulaceae. Very common plants only I have shown you. So, very important Convolvulaceae, nature of corolla, the tubular forms, infundiboliformis. Stamens, different filaments having different length, sepals that is persistent. Okay. So, these points you have to remember by looking into Convolvulaceae. So, when you go around your field, you can easily catch Convolvulaceae members. Most of them are usually climbers. Okay. So, I hope you understood well. So, I am finishing here. Have a nice day. Thank you.